Hello, Essentially Strong, aka Kiddo Central. I'm back on my podcast. I've been out for the past few weeks. Sorry about that, but I've been busy lately. But I'm happy to be back tonight, and I want to try to make this pretty straightforward and pretty powerful at the same time. But I want to go over about treating women with fairness per se. And I know with social media and the way society thinks these days and how people are, we are constantly bumping heads back and forth about genders and which gender goes through more than the other, or which gender is more correct than the other, which one's in an argument or in some type of issue, which gender sees something more logically than the other gender, blah, 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 blah. And that's something that I would highly suggest that we stop participating in. We need women as much as women needs us. And at the end of the day, we enter this earth the same way. We're going to leave it the same way. We should treat each other the same way. You know, I won't pay a man more money than a woman at a job if I'm a manager because there's a man and a woman, and there's a woman, and I just got to feel like the man should get the higher leverage than the woman. That's not right. If a woman's doing as much as a man, she should get the same pay, the same treatment, the same care, etc. And that's the first thing I want to throw out. The second thing I want to touch, and I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, just really think about this. You came on this earth by your mom. You know, your mom's the reason why you're here. If it wasn't for our mothers, we wouldn't exist anyway. And I just want you to really think about it. Would you want to disrespect your mother, especially if she doesn't deserve it, when you don't have to? She's the reason why you're alive. She's the reason why you're on this planet today. And yeah, we might get in arguments. Yeah, we might have disagreements. Yeah, we make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Your mom's not perfect. No one's perfect. But at the end of the day, there should be some type of resolution where both people feel like they're respected and both people are understood, and one person doesn't feel like they're mistreated or neglected before all of the arguments and all of whatever's going on is. You know, there should be something where there should be a final agreement where both parties feel like they're respected and they're loved. But ultimately, even if a woman disrespects you, I just want you to really think about it, especially as a position as a man. It really wouldn't look too good if you disrespect a woman just bluntly. Push comes to shove, there might be a time where you might say something you don't mean, but you should never hit a woman. You should never go to the extent of abusing a woman, because that's just wrong, you know, and that's real men wouldn't do that. You know, in my opinion, a real man wouldn't do such a thing like that. But just really understand that control is strength. And if you have self-control, whether you're dealing with a woman or whether you're dealing with a man, you will definitely have the upper hand in the argument or any situation that pops up. Plus, I feel like you will have more of an opportunity to gain someone's respect, especially a woman, if you just have self-control and you don't lose your cool, even if they lose their cool too, if that makes sense. Third and lastly, just understand that in history, women pretty much been mistreated. You know, they were used for a lot of dark things. You know, they just men, especially back then. I feel like some men still think of it now. They look at women like they're toys. They look at women like they're nothing, and they just use them for desires, and that's not right. You know, they're human beings, and if the roles were switched and in history, men got treated that way, and women were the ones that treated men that way. You would probably want that to change at some point, you know, whether it's a whole society type of change or whether it's just a relationship with people that you've been with. You probably want to be treated fairly at some point. So if you're a guy and you're out there and you know you're dating someone and you're doing them wrong, or you know you got someone in your life, family member, friend, whatever, and it's a woman in particular, because that's what this podcast episode is mainly about. A man too. Men needs to get treated just as fair as a woman, but if it's a woman, just really think about it. Would you want someone to treat you the way you're treating her? Would you want someone to really treat you unfairly and disrespectfully just because they got the power and they got the position to do so? Probably not. So just really think about it. Look in the mirror, reflect, think, hey, I might have this position or more money than my wife, my girlfriend, whoever, co-worker that I'm in charge of at work. But should I treat them like peasants and treat them disrespectfully because I have the upper hand? I don't think that's fair. You probably deep down inside, if you look at yourself, would know that's not fair, that's not right, and karma, if you don't change, karma's probably going to get you sooner than later. So I would just recommend to think about this stuff and really think about it the next time that you're in an argument or there's something going on where there's a contrast comparison about who's bringing more to the table than the other person. Just really think about it. At the end of the day, nothing really will get resolved by comparisons and constant arguments and debates and whatnot. There's ways to handle situations. There's ways to pretty much get someone to respect you without mistreating someone, without disrespecting them, without hurting them or making them feel less than. And there's one thing I would say, sometimes you might hurt someone without trying to hurt them. Sometimes we make mistakes and someone really pushed our buttons a million times before we finally went the wrong direction in an argument or in some type of debate. But if you're someone that does it every single time, especially to a woman that's in your life, and you just, every time they mess up, you're just on them tenfold, and you just relentlessly show no mercy, just really think about what I'm saying. Slow down, think about this, and really see that there's a peaceful way to solve something. You can get someone to respect you peacefully. Main thing is, sorry, bro, trip over my words. People feel like they've been disrespected more than likely before they disrespect you. So maybe talking something out peacefully, not arguing, not yelling, not violently reacting to stuff. If you feel like you got to walk away even. But handling something with peace and respect, you're going to get a lot more out of anything, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something with your family members, whether it's anyone and everyone, especially women, because we kind of know, if you really think about what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Men are known to be like the hunters, and men are known to be the ones who physically handle most problems. That's all I really got to say in relationships. So that should probably be enough for you to really think about something, to think about what I'm trying to point out. We're typically the head of the house too. Why would we want to treat someone terribly when we don't have to? Because we got more power or more of a position over them. And even though they might disrespect us, we can probably handle, like I said earlier in this recording, we could probably handle the situation without disrespecting them back. We could probably deal with something without putting someone down. We can probably show them that you want respect and that they're out of line without making them feel like they're less than. So just really think about what I'm saying. I seen it many a times where a man got in an altercation with a woman and it just turned out terribly. If you're getting in an argument with your girlfriend, your wife, your mother, whoever, you could probably handle that situation without it escalating into something way more worse or way more violent. And violence is never the answer. So that's all I really got to say in this tape. Thank y'all for listening. I pray someone out there got something good out of this. And yeah, treat women the way you want to be treated. Because at the end of the day, no one would be on this planet if it wasn't for a woman. I want you to let that sink in. Thank you, and have a blessed day and a blessed night.